For the last 10 years, when anybody asked me, should I add battery to my solar system, I always said no. The payback just didn't stack up. That's changed, and in some cases, a battery can actually pay back faster than solar alone. Let me show you when and how to check for yourself. I'm Marty from Photonik, a free solar and battery design tool that lets you model this out for your own home. I'll use it in this video so you can see exactly what I'm talking about and try it for yourself afterwards. Three things have shifted the economies of batteries. First, cost. Lithium-ion battery prices have fallen by around 80 to 90% over the past decade. Mass production and better technology have made storage cheaper. Second is tariffs. We're starting to see wholesale-style tariffs for households. That means very low, sometimes zero prices when the sun is shining and solar is pumping. A battery lets you store that cheap energy and use it when grid prices are high. You don't even need a solar system for this to work. And third, government support. Many governments now offer rebates or incentives for battery storage. In Australia, for example, new STC rebates for batteries are cutting upfront costs significantly, knocking thousands off the upfront cost. Check what's available in your area because it can make a real difference. So the old rule, batteries don't pay back, doesn't hold up the way it used to. For an average system in Australia, the payback period is now only very marginally higher with a battery than without. We're talking about 5 years compared to 5.5 years if you include a battery. So in many cases, you're not giving up much on payback to get a lot more independence. In other markets like the US, the UK and South Africa, batteries can add a couple of years to the payback, so the financial case isn't quite as strong. But payback isn't the only reason people buy batteries. In South Africa, for example, grid reliability has been a real issue, and the independence a battery gives you can be worth more than the numbers alone suggest. And that independence is real. With solar only, a typical household might be around 50% self-sufficient, meaning about half the electricity you use comes from your own panels. And a well-sized battery, you can get around 90%. That's a big jump. And there's another thing most people don't realize. If the grid goes down, a solar-only system shuts off too. A hybrid system with a battery can keep your home running during an outage. The catch is that average doesn't apply to everyone. Your result depends on a few key variables, and that's where it gets interesting. There's a huge variation in what you pay for storage. Premium batteries, think Enphase for example, can be more than twice the cost of budget tier batteries from brands like Pylontech, Gen Z, Sungrow or BYD. Premium options usually come with longer warranties and different features. The point is that the cost of a battery isn't one number. In Photonik, you can explore different battery options and see how that affects payback and savings for your situation. Your payback varies a lot depending on when you use your electricity. If you're home during the day and use a lot of your solar directly, running the pool pump, aircon, washing machine while the sun's up, then a battery has less to do. Your payback might be longer. But if you're out during the day and use most of your power in the morning and evening, then you're sending a lot of solar to the grid when prices are low and buying back when they're high. In that situation, a reasonably priced battery can actually give you faster payback than solar alone, because you're storing and using your own energy instead of buying it at peak rates. Photonik lets you adjust usage patterns and see how that changes the numbers. Where you live also affects how much solar you generate. Sunnier regions produce more, and in Australia, it also affects your STC rebate amount, which can make a real difference to upfront costs. Both of these feed into payback. Photonik uses your address to model generation and applicable rebates for your location. The size of your solar array matters. Too small, and you're not filling the battery. Too large, and you might be exporting a lot anyway. Getting the right match between solar size, battery size, and your usage is part of the equation. Photonik lets you try different system sizes to see the impact on payback and self-consumption. It also allows you to place panels on your roof to see how many will fit, and how the orientation and pitch of the panels affect generation. What you pay for your grid electricity and what you get paid for exporting solar varies by retailer and plan. Time of use tariffs, feed-in tariffs, and daily supply charges all change the economics of solar and batteries. Photonik can factor in different tariffs so that you can see how your actual or potential plan affects payback. All of these variables, battery choice, usage profile, location, system size, and tariffs, can swing your payback significantly. Payback for a battery system can range from roughly 5 years to 10 years plus. There's no single answer, there's your answer. Photonik handles all of these variables, and it's free, whether you're in Australia, South Africa, United States, UK, Europe, or anywhere else in the world. Try it yourself at photonik.solar. You can see your own payback, your own self-consumption, and how a battery changes the picture for your address and your usage. And we always say, the most important decision is who you buy solar from. Jump onto Photonik, get a quote from a reputable, experienced installer, and let them help you navigate all the complexities of going solar, with or without batteries.